Hello, and welcome to the show where it's wrestling with entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday, and previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., alongside Kaliko Yachts.
The Hotel Hobo strikes again. We are live from the destitute of Best Western.
Well, it was a good week for Wrestling Wit, as we interviewed Swipe on Tuesday and Ace on Wednesday. Two incredible interviews, two incredible individuals. Definitely a lot of fun content in both interviews. Swipe from Russia, Ace from Chicago, so very different parts of the world as well. But always looking to the future. This upcoming Tuesday, we have Motivation Mike. We talk about being Motivation Mike, not Motivational Mike, the gimmick, refining it, spinal cord injury that almost kept him from the ring completely, tights that looks like khakis. Uh, we talk about maybe some gimmick infringement with another wrestler from Wrestle League. Of course, we talk Ronald McDonald versus the Burger King and so much more. Definitely check that out on Tuesday. And this upcoming Wednesday, we have the Hobo Prince, Bugs Moran, the owner of Wrestle League of all places. We talk about that. Competing for the X Division title, competing for NWA, all things Wrestle League. Um, being if you've ever seen that viral video of Jesus wrestling, from a year or two ago, he's Jesus. He is wrestling Jesus. So we talk about that, how it led to an Easter event, and a hell of a lot more. Hobo Prince is not just, a cool nickname. It is like literally Bugs Moran. it is his real life, and he's experienced life quite a bit. So you definitely want to go check out that interview on Wednesday as well. And then on February 4th, we have Damian Gray, Old School Cool, on the show. So definitely check out Wrestling Wit as we get into February interviews, and all things. Yeah. All right, I think we're done putting ourselves over. Now, Kaliko.
We're never done. We're not done. Or as how Braun say, we're not finished with us getting over.
Well, it's a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with the news. And speaking of Braun Strowman, everything on the menu actually got renewed for a second season. So eating everything on the menu is actually working out for Braun Strowman.
I mean, when you got a big guy, hey, life after wrestling.
Yeah, no, legitimately, I'm like happy for him. Obviously he was having some health issues, competing. So like you said, life after wrestling doesn't work out for a lot of people. I'm glad it's working out for him.
It is. I mean, but then again, WWE also let him, keep that name and moniker because I guess they knew the show was coming all together.
Right, and I mean it is on USA, so it is it is on the same station as WWE as well. So um,
That's
speaking
good for him because they surely could have been like, fuck no, we're not taking this show.
not sure, but they've been more lenient with, people keeping their names. And I'm pretty sure that they left on good terms. You know, some people don't necessarily leave on WWE on good terms. He was one of those guys.
Yes, he was. And hey, that's all that matters. He was able to leave on good terms and flip it to, a a probably solid after career. Because shit, Man versus Food was one that went for like dozens of seasons. So hell,
Oh yeah. I mean, that was such a long time ago, Man versus Food. At least it
I
feels that way.
know it's been at least 20 years minimum.
That's insane. That's crazy. But I'm pretty sure that you're right about that as well. Uh, Talking about WWE news, there is heavy rumor and innuendo that WWE will be running a stadium show in the UK around August, September. This coincides with AEW running All In, well, this year I should say, this year in the UK once again. I think they're doing Wembley. Um, Another WWE trying to counter program AEW with, their own show. Um, while it's not going to be on the same, you know, on the same day, obviously they want to price out AEW so people will go to them and not AEW. Makes sense. Um, I think it's petty, but I don't put it past them that this is something that they're actually going to do or want to do. What say you, Kaliko?
I mean, it's the chess. It's just the usual chess. They always. It's just honestly, it's just a mind game at this point. It's just a little jabs of, oh, I'm going to do this, so you can't do that, and we're going to do this and do that. I mean, keep in mind, this is the same time. August always seems to be the time where it's like going down, and that kind of makes sense because it's like a month before football, so it's like trying to gauge that interest before the end of summer into the fall, which is football. So
We'll see what happens there. Nothing's been announced as of right now. But if you've been checking the news, then you know that it's all but confirmed. Powerhouse Hobbs has signed with WWE. I'm assuming he's expected in NXT sooner rather than later. I mean, Hobbs, I won't say that he was out of the gate an AEW guy, but he definitely was a guy that AEW made, despite maybe dropping the ball on. Um, I think Hobbs could have been a really big star for them if they would have, treated him correctly. Obviously, that didn't necessarily happen. But what say you, Kaliko? Powerhouse Hobbs and WWE now.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do with them in the sense of if he's going straight to the roster, is he going straight to NXT? Because I mean, he's a guy where he has a name, and yet you could see him trying to like instantly putting himself into the NXT. Like he could be a top player because of the mass exodus of what they have right now, moving up. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they plan for him, and I'll have to figure out. I'll run through some sources and see what the jig is up on him because it seems like Sean has got his eye on a certain individual who was sitting out here cussing out Booker T. so,
Keanu Carver, right?
oh yes,
You know, I don't get it. I mean, I'm obviously he's big, but whether whether what they're doing is gimmicked or non-gimmicked or shoot, it does seem slightly
oh,
problematic.
no, that's him. That's him because my guy, the source I frequent with is he does LFG, so that's him. That is him. And one of the questions I asked was like, "Well, I don't see what they see in them," and he's like, "I'm trying to figure that out either." But Sean loves them, and I'm like, "Well, I guess it reminds him of the young Sean." I don't, I don't, I don't know. Like Dick Hole Sean
I mean,
when
I
Sean
mean,
was a dick.
low key, I get that, but I mean, obviously, the reason Shawn Michaels became Shawn Michaels was because he could actually go in the ring. He was actually gifted. I've never even seen this guy wrestle. So, I mean, you can only really be a dick if you can back it up. And Shawn Michaels always backed it up. You know what I mean?
Well, but he's one of them DMV cats. So them DMV Baltimore cats, and yeah, they just don't care.
Hmm. Well, uh, I think I mean it would make sense for well, going back to Keanu Carver. I don't think he's ever going to make it with a name like Keanu. No, considering that there's only one Keanu and he's Reeves. Um, Maybe that's just my opinion on it, but yeah. Um, but going back to Hobbs, I do think that he would work out well in NXT. Can, especially considering, like you said, the mass exodus that happened recently. And, if Carver doesn't necessarily work out, and the consensus that it's not going to work out, I mean, Hobbs is going to be right there. He has a good attitude. He got along with CM Punk, so he has an advocate for him as well. So, it's all I would say it's more on the positive side than the negatives when it comes to Hobbs.
Yeah, I'm just it's just a matter of how they push him. Like is he gonna be third member Big E Hobbs or be his own man Hobbs?
Own man Hobbs, or
You know,
on his own Hobbs.
his own Hobbs. But we'll see how he works it.
Well, talking about signees, it's not confirmed as of now, but it is heavily rumored um that New Japan Pro Wrestling's Evil will be joining WWE sooner rather than later. Um, and there has been significant interest in A1 Gabe Kidd as well. Um, so I mean, let's start with Evil. I mean, it makes sense for WWE to want him. He's obviously doing arguably his best work in New Japan right now. He's I don't know if he's married or dating Io Sky. I mean, they've been together for quite some time. Um, so I mean, there's that as well. Um, I'm I'm not exactly sure what Evil would do in WWE. I mean, he would make a good Judgment Day member, I suppose. Um, but if I'm New Japan, honestly, I'm offering Evil whatever he wants to stay because they can't really let go of somebody as significant as Evil, considering how much he's done for the company, like in the last couple of weeks, let alone the last like year or two. You know what I mean?
True. I mean, but I'm looking at Evil like, why would I even go? I mean, I see how um, Nakamura has been. I mean, you're just only reason you would go there is to say, okay, I've been there. To be quite honest,
You think?
and it just you say what?
You think?
That's it. I mean, unless they're just gonna give him the EO treatment, but even with EO went with it through NXT. So my thing is what would it? You know, I don't see the appeal for him to I guess that's just me. I don't see the appeal of him wanting to be there, other than being next to EO.
I mean, Loki, I kind of agree. And I mean, what would they really name him? Could he get away with being evil in WWE? Would he be bad? Or very naughty? Or
Uberly naughty.
spiteful? Spidey?
Spiteful. Oh Lord.
I mean, they
Yeah,
could.
that would be
I mean, they could go the exact opposite, and he could be good.
the opposite of evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Or what about Doctor Evil?
Ooh.
I saw that coming. Come on, man.
Um. Again, honestly, I think he should stay with New Japan. Um. I would think that it's just a matter of money at this point, and if New Japan has any money left, I would throw it at Evil to let him stay. Um, but let's talk about Gabe Kidd. Obviously, and it's not just WWE that wants him. AEW wants him as well. I think AEW would be a better fit for Gabe Kidd. Um, I was, I would think WWE would just want him just for AEW and New Japan not to have him. Like, that toy you don't really want, but you don't want the other kid to have it, so you buy it. Um, Mainly because I see Gabe Kidd being very problematic in WWE. It's no secret that he has a lot of mental health issues. And, if something happens with him, not saying that it is, but, WWE life can be very stressful. You don't want that on the news. You don't want to be associated with, somebody like that, that you brought into your company, considering WWE has gotten, maybe better press than it has in a very long time. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, but I think he's just gonna it screams NXT with me though.
I mean, they have to come up to the roster at some point, no?
Yeah, but I think they would have him down there to learn the ropes first to get rid of all the issues that you think are prevalent now.
But I mean, but could you see Gabe Kidd on the main roster?
I mean, if he's there, he's going to have to get to the main roster.
But but can you see a Gabe Kidd on a main roster? You personally.
I mean, he'll eventually be the new Champa?
So you're sticking him with Johnny Gargano?
No, no, no. Like his role.
Okay. Um,
The role that I see.
I feel like that's a stretch if I'm being honest.
Wow.
I mean, I like Gabe. I think he's a good wrestler, but I wouldn't put him in the caliber of Ciampa. At least not now. Not yet.
No, I said he could be. I didn't say he was.
Okay.
Like, as far as like the role he would fulfill.
Well, I mean, it's all rumor and innuendo as of right now. Um, who knows? Gabe Kidd seems like a loyal guy, so he might just stay with New Japan. Um, you know, if his contract is actually coming up. Um, but speaking of Tommaso Ciampa, um, contract ran out. He did not renew. Um, Ciampa is leaving WWE. I kind of question why. I mean, he's been there for so long. He had an incredible run, an incredible career. Um, I would imagine he would have liked to collect that, comfy WWE check. But alas, he decided to make a different move. Um, if he feels comfortable doing that, I mean, good for him. I don't know what the future holds for him. Um, but what say you, Kaliko? What are your thoughts? Ciampa leaving
I
WWE?
mean, it kind of shocked me. I mean, to be quite honest. And I think, I him being there, I think he was just there was a ceiling there. And he's gonna have to break the ceiling. And in order for him to break the ceiling, it's almost kind of like going the Cody Rhodes route.
Hmm.
Go out, be undeniable, then they have to bring you back as main event talent. Because it seemed like he got even when he got to the main roster, he got pigeonholed.
Um, I would
And when
say
I say pigeonholed, I mean in the sense that he was the guy in NXT. So
I would say that he didn't necessarily get a chance to spread his wings as a singles wrestler. It was a weird time for WWE when he came around, and he was starting to cut promos, and I don't want to say the people were getting behind him, but I mean, it's definitely a way to get the people, to relate to the people. And just when it seemed like he was starting to maybe get his legs underneath him, Johnny Gargano came back and they stuck them together. So I mean, we never really got to explore Tommaso Ciampa as a singles wrestler in WWE all that much, unfortunately. Well, on main roster WWE.
yes, main roster Champa, singles competitor. Which I mean, but that's got to be frustrating because you got it.
Right. I mean, I could have honestly, if they would have separated Ciampa and Johnny, I could see Ciampa on like a Monday Night Raw. You know, maybe going up against the CM Punk. I don't feel like that's too out of the realm of possibilities. What say you?
I mean, it's not out of the realm. It was just a matter of he doesn't feel. I don't think he would be out odd man out in that. But once again, they got to put him in that position to be there.
Do you feel like they didn't really see him as a singles wrestler?
I think they saw him as that, but then there's only so many people at the top, and then you got to think people are shuffling in and coming back out, and it's easy to get lost in that sauce. Very easy to get lost in that sauce. Our truth is lost in that sauce. Santos Escobar is lost in that sauce.
He actually just made his return to AAA.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying, but in the as far as like the WWE main roster, oh yes, you are getting lost in that sauce.
Well, two other names lost in the sauce right now is Rusev and the Street Profits. We haven't seen them on WWE TV for quite some time. Um, and it's because they don't have anything creative to do with them right now. So they said that it would maybe be better to keep them off TV as a whole and then bring them back to do something, more significant. What that significance may be, or if that significance will ever come, cease to remain. Um, I mean, I kind of get Street Profits. You don't want to burn them out because they are one of the more popular tag teams on the roster. And obviously, if they're not going for the titles, then it doesn't really make sense for them. But I mean, I could also make the argument they need to be drafted to Raw anyway. They have maybe overstayed their welcome on SmackDown. But I feel like Rusev was like doomed for the start. Um, he just doesn't have it, honestly. He started out with a decent, semi-decent gimmick, but it just kind of fades and it dies as the things go along. I mean, there's only so much you could do wrestling Sheamus. Like, it's not. He didn't make the impact, and the impact that he had didn't really do anything for the crowd.
I mean, but sometimes they don't. Not everybody is meant to get like uber overreaction, right?
I mean, get some type of reaction.
I mean, he was getting what he needed to get.
Was he though?
His reaction, I think so. He wasn't there for booze and applause. He was there to kind of fuck people up at leads, kind of thing. Now, him adding the whole redemption arc on it didn't help. I mean, if I mean, I'll put it this way: if they had that going to a goal like a championship, yes, that would make sense. If that was like him trying to redeem himself to get back to the United States Championship, I think that would have been an all-in like story to where people would I don't they would boo him to death. Like think of him beating Mello right now. If you don't think Heat would be on that boy right now, it'd be crazy. But then again, you also can't. The crowd is already going to be overhyped, energized, booing Gunther for fucking 40 minutes straight. See what I'm saying? Like, they already got a guy who's taking literally every arrow that's coming his way.
Well, then, if I'm being honest, then why do you need him at all? You know what I mean? If he's not serving a purpose, then why did you bring him back?
I think he's serving the purpose as just a menace mercenary heel. I don't think he's meant to be. I mean, are we expecting him to be the world champion anytime soon?
I would say no, but that doesn't mean that, I mean, you don't bring back people unless you want to do something with them. So, and, you would have to think, okay, well, I see this guy doing something, and he
Maybe they
hasn't done
see
anything.
him. Well, my thing is, what if they just see him doing exactly what they want him to do right now?
Well, I mean, on the opposite end of that spectrum, do you think that he came back not to become a heavyweight champion? I would assume that he would want that as well.
Yeah, I think he would want that. It's a matter of there can only be so many people in the top at the same time. Because keep in mind, we're not even talking about how they're trying to get younger this year.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they're trying to shift this to the youth, you homie.
I mean, obviously, Javon Evans is in his early 20s, and I don't think Melo's that old.
That was not that old, but that's the whole point. It's a lot of churn going around right now, and it's not like and it's like the WWE, they're doing house shows. It's not like they're doing house shows unless they're overseas. So it's not like he's getting, what exposure is going to help Rusev anyway,
I mean,
other than being the guy who's just like a menacing heel.
well, we'll see what happens there. Um, in in AEW news, Baron Corbin made a surprise um I don't want to say return, a surprise appearance where he worked a match. It's not him, nothing has been confirmed of him being signed. Um, but I mean, if he does sign, I mean, does that really do anything for AEW bringing in Baron Corbin?
I mean, it's just from what I've been seeing, it's just they asked him. The Guns asked him if he wanted to do it. He just said, "Yeah, why not? If he's okay with it, I'm okay with it." I think it just was something to get reps in. And I think that just shows like how willing he is to to just be part of the process, right?
I suppose. I mean,
It just
considering
reminds
that
me
I
like
think,
Adam Pierce. It just reminds me of that story Adam Pierce had said on Twitter. It was like there's only two people that he knew that were there every day trying to learn the process day in and day out. And it was Chad Gable and Baron Corbin.
hmm, I mean, I gotta hand it to Baron. I mean, I did not expect him to continue wrestling after he got fired from WWE. And he's on the independents. He's in LMW as we speak.
MLW, yes.
Working working, not NXT, AEW. So I mean, he's definitely getting his reps in there for sure.
Oh, yeah. So that's why I'm like, I mean, it's not like you could tell he's just doing it for the love of it, which is good.
I mean, where was that love when he was in WWE? He
Who said
literally
he
looked like
wasn't
he could
doing it
not
for
give a
the
fuck being there.
Oh no. I think that I don't think that was the case. I think he loved being there. It's just that, they ran their course with him. Because I bet you if they gave him they gave him if they gave him a a shot back at it, he would be right on back.
I mean, likely, yeah. But maybe I'm in a small consensus here, but bum ass Corbin was the best Corbin, if I'm being completely honest.
Dumbass Corbin.
Bum ass. When he was homeless?
Oh, when he was Bummy. Yeah, Bummy Corbin was good Corbin. I think first when he first got in, when he first jumped on the scene in NXT, and Bummy Corbin was better best Corbin.
If if they would have stuck to bum bum ass Corbin with him trying to win matches to get money to eat, at some point I feel like the crowd would have turned him face and they could have actually gotten him over as a face. And at some point, obviously get him out of the being a bum. And people actually wanting to see him succeed. But obviously they did not go that route. They did Lucky Corbin, which I feel was the worst version of Baron Corbin, if I'm being completely honest. Um,
Happy Corbin.
Happy Corbin, yes, definitely the worst Baron Corbin. And yeah, it was kind of dead in the water after that.
No, because he did the tag with Breaker, which was cool.
Eh,
Was it like the Wolf Pack or some shit?
eh, maybe, maybe not.
Wasn't that bad.
I mean, when you're going back down to NXT, it's kind of when you've been on the main roster, when you've retired Kurt Angle, and then you're going back to NXT. That's not a good look for you. That's not a good sign for you.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he retired Kurt Angle. He got that on his resume.
Well, continuing with AEW, the Rascals signed with AEW. Um, the crowd goes mild, in my opinion. I don't really think that they have anything to offer AEW. And like a week into them being on AEW TV, uh, Trey Miguel already got fired and released. Um, they're keeping it hush hush about what went into him getting released. Um, some people are reporting that it was something that he said, many years ago, maybe online. I don't quite know. I don't even know what he said. Um, but maybe it was a past controversy. Maybe there was controversy now because he no showed one event already. Um, we don't know. So I mean, it's already looking bad for the Rascals. 1 week into their debut in AEW.
It's looking bad for the Rascal, not the Rascals. Because they like, we good.
Well, however you pronounce it, it's not good. It's still not good.
Yeah, it's weird, but but the thing is, he's back at TNA though.
He went back to TNA already.
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess it works for him. So to each their own.
Yeah, each their own. Hey, but didn't he? I mean, he did okay at TNA.
I mean, it's the best place for him. Maybe he'll get a shot at NXT. Maybe just a match on NXT. But yeah, that's be happy on NXT on TNA.
Who knows? Maybe he see Leon Slater and going, "I want that."
I think he might be a bit old, too old for that at this point, but who knows?
I mean, what, being on SmackDown and as the TNA champion while TNA debuting somewhere else? Wow.
I mean, it was a visa issue, so everything just kind of worked out perfectly for him.
He's
Um,
like, fuck it, we here.
Speaking of TNA, they signed the Righteous, Vincent and Dutch. I think that was a great thing on their part. Already in a rivalry with the Hardy Boys. So I mean, I was always a proponent for Vincent. I always thought he had a good look. I thought the Righteous has this creepy aura that you could do a lot with. That AEW did nothing with. So, yeah, I think that was a good call on TNA side, no?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, at this point, they're practically trying to get as much talent as they can, considering that they got the TV deal. So, right, you got the bread, give more talent. I mean, honestly, that's good for wrestling business at all as a whole. To
They also signed Daria Ray. Now Sonya, originally Sonya Deville. She's playing um, the not commentator, the authority figure in NX, TNA. Can I get my words tonight? um,
get your acronyms together, sir.
yes, my acronyms are all mixed up. Um, she's playing a foil to Santina Morella. Um, Honestly, the crazy part is I was just thinking about her, and I was thinking, like what went wrong with her, and my immediate thought was she did her best work when she was the manager and was playing a foil to Naomi, if you remember that. Um, that was literally the best version of her. And I said if they would have stuck with her being that, she could have maybe done better. But it is what it is. And then literally like a week later, she's on TNA as an authority figure. So obviously, um, TNA reading my mind, agreeing with me, and putting her in the best position to succeed, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's a good antagonist.
Right. And the the best the best thing about her is she doesn't need to wrestle all that often. It's only for payoff. She's only a payoff match type competitor. And it is primarily just to see her get beat up. Not actually have a competitive match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But she's also a person who can go in the ring, so I mean it's not like you know. So it would be worth the while.
Oh yeah. TNA also signed they also signed Titties, accompanied by Cora Jade, also known as Elena Black.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, definitely a good um well, I would say a good pick for TNA to pick, the T, putting the T in A, Elena
Putting
Black.
the T in TNA.
Yeah, it's poetic, no?
Of course. But I'm glad she's in a space to where she could actually wanna
I don't know that it's
wrestle. Because keep in mind, she was always one that didn't want to wrestle. So.
I don't know. I mean she's there now, but you know, I can always go back to Leo Rush. Like one week he'll be wrestling, then another week he's retiring, another week he'll be wrestling somewhere else. I don't want to, say anything negative about her, but she doesn't necessarily seem that motivated, and you know, she might be here one week, she might not be here the next. So she's not somebody I would feel they should put all of their eggs in one basket with. You know what I mean?
I mean, they go put her, but give her a week. Give her. Let's see how it works next week. She just got there, man.
I mean, they gave Trey Nagel a week and he got fired.
That is true, but the odds of Cora Jade pulling that.
She could do it in 2 weeks, being an underachiever that she is.
Lord.
Well, we shall
Oh,
see what happens with Cora. It seems like she's already going for the NXT TNA Women's Championship, um, because she puts the T in those A's. She is the
and
T
why
in
would?
TNA. Um, so yeah,
I mean, I'm
obviously
here for it.
contractually obligated title one. All right. That will conclude our coverage of the news. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
So, Rogue Energy, the only gaming drink company in the world with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, whether it be juices, shakes, smoothies, and everything else in between. Their low calorie, no sugar energy formula is the perfect alternative to sugar filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Their extreme formula provides the most energy, focus, and sports performance possible. Their hydration line offers focus, ingredients without the added caffeine. Drink it anytime you're thirsty. And their shake formula is so delicious. Who doesn't love a cookies and cream, 0 calorie energy milkshake? First and foremost, they've designed every Rogue product line with performance and effectiveness in mind. It is critical that you look at the nutrition panels of drinks when comparing options. There are countless off brands out there that are presenting low quality, poorly dosed formulas that amount to expensive caffeine water. Every formula they produce is designed with optimal levels of high quality ingredients. Additionally, you won't find a powdered gaming drink brand that dissolves better. No need to have chalky textures in your drink. Their taste profiles are unmatched, specifically designed for gamers, athletes, students, entrepreneurs, people with hectic schedules, individuals with low energy, podcasters who can't shut up, people who are health conscious, and so much more. Great as both a pre-workout and as a coffee energy drink replacement. Specifically designed every Rogue product line to be the best gaming drink on the planet. Rogue Energy, more focus, more wins.
Use promo code WRESTLINGWITHE for 10% off your next purchase. And we are wrestling with TNA Gensis. It was last Saturday. It took place in Garland, Texas, at the Curtis Colwell Center. Attendance was 3,946. So, a very modest crowd for sure. And yeah, this is the first paid preview in the
AMC era.
AMC era, yeah. And I would say they came in more with a whimper than a bang, if I'm being honest. I'll explain more about that as we go into our review. Um, but just um from the very beginning, I'd like to say that I did not like the placement of the matches on this card. It kind of had me with my scratching my head because it was kind of all messed up and mixed. Um, that's just my opinion on it. But what say you, Kaliko? What did you think about this show as a whole?
Well, it was hard to follow it when you have the main show, the debut show. I think that was the biggest part. The pay per view was following what they did on the debut show, and I think that's where it kind of got jacked up. And that's where they were kind of in a precarious position because it was like, okay, do we go all out for the for the pilot show and leave the pay per view lacking, or the other way around? And the TV execs are going to want their money's worth, so you got to give them a reason to get the money's worth, right?
Right.
So, and that's where it was, because I think if TNA Genesis was the same as the very first TNA show on AMC, it would be a totally different story. The
Well,
problem was they had to follow that TNA show with that pay per view followed the debut show, which was like, oh shit, well there's that. Because how are you going to follow that up?
well, from what I've heard, I did not see the debut show. I mean, the debut show was a bit lackluster. So, I mean, it seemed like it would have been quite easy to follow it up with, a solid pay preview.
Well, that's where all their debuts kind of kicked in. So that's what I'm saying. All the people coming back kind of kicked in right around that during that time, and then they had the biggest thing, which was the title change, happened on that show,
Right.
which kind of gave you what was going to happen at the.
Yeah. And I mean, we'll get definitely into the title match. But let's get into the first match. AJ Francis defeated Rich Swann in 12 minutes and 19 seconds. I'm glad that Rich Swann is back. Um, it's been a hot minute since we've seen him in TNA. But if I'm being completely honest, this match was 12 minutes too long. Um,
Wow.
every every minute AJ Francis is on my TV screen, it definitely subtracts from my enjoyment of the show. um, so yeah, I felt like this went way too long. It seemed like this was maybe 50. It felt like more like on the 17 to 20 minute mark. Very like AEW-esque match. Like there was near pinfalls and it just kept going and going and going. And I don't see AJ Francis as like a great, in-ring competitor. So yeah, I did not enjoy this match. What say you, Kaliko?
I mean, he won. I guess. I guess he won. I guess that matters, right? I mean, it. I'm glad Rich Swann is back.
We could definitely agree on that.
I ain't gonna knock that. So, hey, it is what it is. AJ won.
How many stars you give this?
Um, 2.5.
I will give it.
The most generous 2.5.
I will give it 1.5.
That's 1.5 more than Meltzer gave it because Meltzer chose not to rate it.
Damn. And just when I was
Well,
about to, just when I
not
was,
just the match, the show. So there you go.
I mean, just when I was about to ask you if Uncle Dave reviewed the show.
Well, I figured, I'd save you the haggle of cheating.
I do not cheat. I get on I vibe with Dave and what he sees. All right.
Nobody vibes with Dave.
Tony vibes with Dave.
The Bucks vibrates Dave. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. Mustafa Ali defeated Elijah in 9 minutes and 35 seconds. Um, Honestly, one of the better matches on the card, if I'm being honest. Mustafa knows how to have like a shenanigans match, and you know, as good as he is, pull out, a cheap victory. uh, it had all the nonsense, the gaga, whatever they're paying Tasha Steelz, it's not enough because she takes like big bumps in these matches, and she's not even wrestling at this point. So, I mean, all credit to her as well. Honestly, right way to how they did the match, right way to end the match. All thumbs ups from me. What say you, Kaliko?
I mean, Mustafa's just been. He's been in his bag since he's been in TNA. And I think not only in the ring, but his character development, it just shows him that, he's just not the Middle Eastern guy that people should just cheer for because he could do a 450 splash. Right? It's like, so just in that, I think him being there has been a great win for him. And it is a great win for TNA as well to allow someone to develop their character, especially, it's really rough when WWE guys go there because they kind of tend to lean on their laurels of what got them working in WWE.
Right.
And Mustafa being able to just overhaul his whole character is just, worked wonders for him.
How many stars you give this?
3.5.
I'll be more generous. Four. 4 stars. All right.
Look at you.
Uncle Dave did.
Not generous for AJ.
Uh, Uncle Dave did not review this show as a whole, correct?
Correct.
Gotcha.
As of yet, that mother. Nope.
He was watching Collision instead.
Hey, that could be the case.
All right. Eddie Edwards defeated JDC in Fandango Johnny Fandango Curtis's last match in 17 minutes 16 seconds. I felt like this was a good match, a fine match. Both guys did well. I felt like it was a bit disappointing because the crowd was kind of silent for most of it. They only really came alive after the match was over to, give JDC his flowers, which I mean he rightfully deserves. Um, I also feel like, again, like I said at the beginning of the show, the placement of the matches on the card, like, why would you have this be third on your card? I would maybe feel you would maybe either make it more towards the middle
Higher.
or start the show out with it.
That's what I would have thought. Start to show out with it to get it. But then again, I mean, AJ Francis did what he needed to do because people really don't like him wrestling. So
I mean, did anybody give a? I mean, did that really need to start the show? That was a pee break match at best, if I'm being honest. And that was your heater. That was to get the people going first thing out of the gate. And you have fucking AJ Francis in the first match.
mm,
In all honesty, it should have gone to Dango um and Edwards, if I'm completely and utterly. Or I mean, put it in a more in the middle, where people would actually respond to it. But
I
what's it?
mean, maybe. But I mean, at this point, the match could have been a Genesis match. I mean, not even a Genesis, AMC debut. That could have happened on AMC.
Hey, we're new on this on this new station, and here's one of our best guys. He's retiring tonight. No, I don't see what that could have worked.
I mean, they already kind of did that with this is our best guy. He's winning the title tonight, but he's going to have to defend it 2 days later. What's the difference?
Well, this was a Texas death match, is the difference.
Who gives a shit? The fact that he won the title is the problem.
Um, I mean, yes, but I feel like they did the best that they could with this in the situation that they were in. They loaded that last match up with enough gaga for you to maybe be interested in it. But again, we'll get to it when we get to it. Um, your thoughts on the JDC Eddie Edwards match?
Next.
How many stars do you give it?
Generous, too. The crowd didn't seem to care. Maybe because it was a foregone conclusion? I don't know.
I I'll give it a 3. I'll give JDC at least a 3. Alright, now we got Ryan Nemeth versus Maria Sadie in an intergender match that lasted 5 minutes and 21 seconds. Um, honestly, the wettest, the wettest fart in shorts I've ever seen for quite some time, if I'm being honest. Like, this was fucking terrible. You know,
Really?
they had the opportunity to have a lot of fun with this match and, get Sadie over and make, Nemeth the brunt of the joke. And I feel like they just didn't feel comfortable actually doing it. And it just became like she had no offense. The whole thing was her super kicking him. She never super kicked him in the whole fucking match. And then you just have him. You primarily just beat her up for 5 minutes, and was slightly inappropriate, if I'm being honest. I thought it was terrible. What say you?
I mean, Nick did what he was supposed to do. Get heat. What? I don't get what y'all, what you want him to do. What more do you want from him?
Get beat up, get embarrassed, and then get the pinfall.
So take an ass whooping and then take an ass whooping, smile, and go about your way, sir.
Absolutely. And
Oh Lord.
the whole thing was that she kept super kicking him. Again, she did not hit him with a super kick the whole match. Make him act like an asshole. It's not hard. And have her,
I
him
mean, him
feel
coming
like
down the ramp, people, he's an asshole. So there you go.
have him be the cocky heel, you know, out wrestle her a little bit from the beginning, have her take advantage of him being, the cocky heel, beat the crap out of him, and once, she has the offense, got the people on her side, have him roll her up, hold the tights like he did, and get the heat that he needed. It did not play out that way. I don't know what they were thinking of them.
Maybe they're waiting on the next pay per view for it. Who knows?
Oh God, I hope not.
Why not?
Do we really need a second match like this?
I would see a mixed tag match.
I mean, who would he team with and who would she team up with?
They'll figure out something out, you know.
Hmm.
They'll make it make sense. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
How many stars you give this one?
1.5.
I will give this a -1.
Wow. A negative in 2026, you already being negative.
Well, I mean, considering it took us to get our first negative rating was in 2025 was October, and we're 1 month into this year, and we've got another negative.
We ain't even 1 month. We like 3 weeks.
I mean, they need to do better. They need to do better. Um. Okay, that brings us to Lei Ying Lee, with Zaya Brookside defeating Zarya with Sol Ruka, to retain her TNA Knockouts World Championship in 14 minutes and 23 seconds. It wasn't a bad match, um, but again, the crowd was kind of not into it. They were kind of on their hands, sitting on their hands, if I'm being honest. And it was nothing really that the Ghost did. I thought the match was fine. It protected Zarya. It so Lee, yeah, Lee, in a good light, I would say. But it wasn't that memorable either, honestly. What say you?
I mean, that's the thing. It's just one of those things where it's like they're trying to solidify her as a champion, and they're doing it with the NXT person. So it's like, I mean, but we'll see. Because I get it because I think Lee has the biggest language gap, and that's kind of like that could be a hindrance in her connecting with the crowd.
Do you think it's a connection with the crowd because, or they just, or they just, this card has just, made them uninterested?
Oh, Solo, you are so mean for that, buddy. Anyways, uh, I mean, but then again, it's just like they have to give her a reason to to be cheered. You know what I mean? I think everybody was just happy that JC lost it. I think if JC had got this rematch, it would have been a different story.
Hmm, that would have been actually interesting. Or
Because I think
Lana.
the crowd would have been on the feet of. I think they would have been more in the pocket of, hey, let's not make sure JC wins, or let's root to keep the outsider out. Because I mean, Zario's not a bad opponent. I also think JC should have been that opponent. They never ran that back.
I mean, you could even go as far as say Lani as well. Uh,
Yeah, Kalani. Yep, one of those two easily.
I mean, the weird thing is both girls are faces as well. While Kalani and JC are obviously clear heels. So maybe that had something to do with that as well. I mean, there was no. I mean, Zarya didn't get heat on her. there was nothing really to yay or boo. It was just
Yeah, it was like two faces. So who are you really? The crowd could have been confused in the sense of, okay, who am I supposed to be rooting for? Because I like them both.
right. I mean, I was gonna say, you could have put Sol Ruka in there, um, but I mean that would have been
No,
counterproductive.
so that would have been worse.
Yeah,
That would have just killed joy.
yeah.
No, 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 no.
Right.
So yeah, no, you don't want that.
How many stars you give this one?
I mean, it was good. Solid three.
I agree with that. A solid three. All right. Tag team match for the TNA World Tag Team Championship. The Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff, retained after defeating the Righteous, Vincent and Dutch. If there was ever a match that bred life into people, it was definitely this. They came alive for the Hardy Boys. As
They come
rightfully
for the Hardy Boys.
as rightfully so. I mean, they are the Hardy Boys. Um, I thought it was a good match. They did their Hardy Boy thing. It worked. It usually
The
does.
Hardys.
Um, I thought the finish was kind of weird because the Righteous was like, "Yay, the Hardys! We want the Hardys to beat us," and it didn't seem like that at the beginning of the match. Oh, maybe this will be the ending of the rivalry. Maybe not. I don't know. Um, and still, again, the ending was weird, but it was still a solid match. I would say. What say you?
I mean, the Hardys came. Everyone was happy. The Hardys won. Everyone was happy. Am I missing something there?
No, I think that's as cut and dry as you're gonna get.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. How many stars you give that? This one.
I mean, the Hardys brought life into the match or to the building.
And that how many stars?
I said four.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Okay, four
They
stars.
brought life.
Yeah, 4 stars. It was the only match that really had the people going. All right. This was a triple threat match. It was supposed to be for the X Division Championship. But Leon Slater had issues with his visa, so he could not actually compete in this match.
You should
Um,
have got a master
yeah, and
card.
so he was replaced by say his name and he shall appear, Joe Henry. Joe Henry defeated Cedric Alexander and Moose in 15 minutes 21 seconds. The crowd was hot. The people wanted Moose. The people wanted Henry. Cedric Alexander was there. Um, things things happened. Moose took a backdrop on the stairs, and a hush fell over that crowd, like you would not believe. More than sure it was a work because I did not hear anything afterwards that he was injured or anything. Um, but yeah, it just kind of sucked the air out of the room. Henry and Alexander kind of tried to get it back by going back and forward. Um, it was okay. Moose did actually get back in the ring and wrestle. Um, but I don't think that they ever got back to the level of excitement that they had before Moose got that injury scare. which kind of really sucks, because it was a good match. Um, Joe Hendry got the W, and the people were very content with that, by all means. So, I mean, a little wonky in the middle, but ultimately, I think it did what it needed to do, and it made the people happy. So, I mean, that's, you know, I would call that a W. What say you,
That's all you
KJ?
can do is make the. That's it. I mean, I think the card picked up after it's like this was like the inflection point. The Hardys came and they're like, yay! Then the injury came and they're like, yeah. It's almost kind of like they were just sitting there, yeah, yeah, yeah. Where the real people at? It's like,
You bought a ticket to see us, we know it.
yes, exactly. Don't play me. Put them in. Like, go ahead, give me Joe Hendry. Stop playing with me. Like,
Who's this fucking AJ Francis bitch?
why am I watching the Nemeth guy? Give me fucking.
It's not even the Nemeth I like.
I know, right? So they're like, just get it over with. Just
Sure, I asked for Coca-Cola, not, uh, not Shasta.
be like, yay! Um, Rich Swan is back. Where the fuck is the Hardy? Like, so heck, yeah, I mean, it happens. I guess it just part of the game.
How many stars you give this one?
I mean, I saw it. I mean, like I said, it picked up. Everything picked up before, so the crowd just was into it. I mean, that's got to count for something, right?
Oh yeah, you said four.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it 3.5. It was a solid match. But like I said, the Moose injury scare kind of, um, kind of hindered things more than it helped. Um, but it was definitely, like I said, a solid match. All right,
I mean, can Moose just like no longer be with the X division? I'm just, he is practically a big ass guy.
I mean the X Division doesn't have weight limits. It's about no limits. It's always been about no
Oh,
limits.
whatever the hell that is. Anyways,
All right, that brings us to a last match, the Texas Death Match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, with special guest referee, Nick Namick. Mike Santana defeated Frankie Kazarian in 19 minutes and 13 seconds. Um, I mean, despite having the Hardys um and the triple threat match kind of pick things up, um, I was just about disgusted with this pay preview. I was bored and I was ready to get on to the next thing. So, to say that my enthusiasm was at a low when this match came on would be an understatement. Um,
I mean, but that's because I told you they fucked themselves over and put themselves in a corner.
yeah. I mean, that being said, I mean, it wasn't a bad match. I would say that the rules were confusing as fuck. Um, when did you have to pin somebody to invoke a 10 count in a Texas death match? It seemed like there was too many steps in this match that didn't need to be there. Um, but I mean, it achieved what it needed to do. Um, I mean, it didn't get to the level of, AEW when it came to violence, considering, their Texas death matches are, you know,
Jesus, yes, yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, there's there's that. but I mean, I don't think anybody else does, Texas death matches like AEW does, even when they're, not in Texas. At least this match was in Texas, so I'll give them points for that for sure. Ah,
I mean, it's in Texas, in Texas, but no one's trying to go to Kaiser. I mean, hey,
it was Texas Deathmatch Light.
the Diet Coke of Texas.
No
See what
few
I
words were true. But like I said, it did what it needed to do, I suppose. And while yes, they did what they were supposed to do on you know, the debut show, I think that they did a good job with invoking enough interest in this match for people to want to see it. Obviously adding the deathmatch element with Nick Nemec and looming over them, whoever may win this match, he might scoop up the title afterwards. So I thought with what they had, what they had available, they did a good job. What say you, Kaliko?
mean, like I told you, this match was done to me when it was done Thursday. Because there was no incentive for me to watch this match, considering that I just saw him get the title then. You know how we last year, or even the last couple years, we always had like, oh my God, why don't they just give him the title at the pay per view and send everyone home happy and da 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 da.
Yeah.
They did the inverse. They did the right thing. They did it too fucking early, and that's the problem. Jesus Christ! Like, so it's just okay. It's either one or the other. They're either gonna do it too early or too fucking late. It's never right on time.
they
Twice.
they failed to get the just right.
No, it's like the three little bears. They just be either too hot, too cold. They just never quite. Just, you know, you know. Just,
I know.
and, and that just frustrates you. Just frustrates you, like, get there. But it is what it is. But what else can you do?
Give it a star rating.
Yeah. I mean, a three because it happened. A three because the right guy won. A three because he won it 2 days earlier. A three because I knew what the fuck was going to happen, the outcome before I even watched the match.
I will give it a 3.5. All things considering, they did the best they could with what they had. And like you said, right guy won in the right way. They tried to create a decent amount of drama afterwards. It was an okay amount of drama. Um, so yeah, 3.5. All right. The show as a whole, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
It, it would have to be the middle, right?
I mean, if that's
Because
not
it was
you,
like half the crowd was dead, and then where they were like, "Oh, the people that were supposed to be here are here. Let's fucking cheer." Kind kind of threw that out the window. Like, yeah,
So Dumb's in the middle for you.
thumbs in the middle. I mean, that's just on the crowd. Hey, I can't.
I'm gonna be more critical. Thumbs down. The
Damn.
the match with AJ Francis. I mean, AJ Francis being on my TV is worthy of being thumbs in the middle. The match with Ryan Nemeth was the worst match I've seen this year. Um, it was just horrible. Um, yeah, it was just the matches that were supposed to get me back into it. I mean, they were good, but they definitely didn't like revive me to the point where I wanted to continue watching the show. So yeah, it was just when you're at the main event and you just want the show to be over, that's not a good sign that you had a good show. So yeah, thumbs down for me. All right, that will conclude our coverage of TNA Genesis. And we are wrestling with WWE Royal Rumble. Takes place next Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in the King Abdullah Financial District. Um, and yeah, um, we are in WrestleMania season officially. Let's
Right, right,
let's
all right.
let's get into it. AJ Styles would wrestle Gunther in a career-threatening match. If Styles loses, he has to retire. Who wins, Kaliko?
This has been like the hardest thing to do. I mean, signs point that Gunther should win. He should win. Is AJ really going to retire this quickly? Like, we knew he was going to be his last year, but goddamn.
Only a month in.
What, 3 weeks in? He's like, yeah, I'm out this bitch. uh, I see some shenanigans happening to where AJ wins.
um,
I don't know how, but somehow he's gonna. I'm guessing a DQ or something because I cannot see him pinning Gunther. I can't see him tapping Gunther. I think this is gonna be Gunther's thing till WrestleMania.
so
But I could be wrong. Shit.
so I agree with you on one thing. I do see AJ Styles winning the match. Because AJ Styles did not fly all the way to Saudi Arabia to retire in Saudi fucking Arabia. He's going to retire somewhere that's more poetic for an AJ Styles retirement. Uh, I think they're just doing this to play up the fact that Gunther is the career killer at this point. Which I mean honestly they should. Um they literally did the exact same thing with Tanahashi last year at Wrestle Kingdom, where Evil was like, if I beat you, there is no retirement tour. You retire tonight in this match. So, they're invoking, conflict. They're invoking emotion from the crowd. Whether they'll get that from a Saudi crowd, I have no idea. But I guess we'll find out. I don't.
Yeah, I don't see the Saudi crowd getting all into like, oh my God, AJ Styles is gonna retire.
Right. Um. But yeah. I I don't want to say that he's going to beat him. Nefariously. Maybe there'll be a little bit of shenanigans, or
A
I mean,
little.
maybe like something will blow up in Gunther's face and he takes advantage, or he gets him with a quick roll up, or I mean, he made him tap on Monday, so maybe he just makes him tap out. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Gunther has when Gunther needs to give, Gunther gives. So I see him being able to give somebody like AJ Styles what he needs to win the match. So definitely AJ Styles for the win. Alright, the next match up, Drew McIntyre will be defending the WWE Championship against whoever wins the Fatal 4-Way match on Saturday night's main event later today. Obviously, it's before the event, so we can't really say who it is. Sami Zayn. Um, but for
Really? Sami Zayn?
I mean, that's what they've been building towards, no?
I mean, I think Sammy wins the Rumble.
I think that's a really hot take, but
I mean, that's the only way that he's gonna get a title shot, my guy.
I, I mean, he's had title shots before, Kaliko. It's not like he's null and void of getting title shots. I mean, if it makes sense to have him be, the
Name a
main.
title shot that he just earned outright, not because of storyline dictating it.
Um, oh, he wrestled Brock Lesnar. He wanted a he got an opportunity to wrestle Brock Lesnar, if you seem to remember. Actually, no, it wasn't Brock Lesnar. It was Roman. Was it Roman? But Brock Lesnar, uh, ne- not negotiated, coerced him into, having that title match. It was a long time ago. I can't remember the context of it.
Once again, the storyline dictated it.
I, well, I mean, what would this be? Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn have been at each other's throats for the last couple of weeks. So, and I mean, he is the Saudi kid. I mean, the crowd will want, Sami versus Drew, and when Drew beats him, it will be, you know, he'll get heat for it for sure.
I mean, but I just think,
Well, let's.
it's a better look for him to win the Rumble than to get his ass kicked for the title.
Well, let me ask you this: who wins the Fatal 4-Way on later today?
I would assume Orton.
So you have Orton versus McIntyre at Royal Rumble.
Wait a minute, it's Orton, Drew,
It's Orton. Uh, it's Orton.
Orton, Trick, Zayn,
And
Damian,
Priest.
right?
Yeah, Priest.
So I could see a Priest McIntyre rematch that never happened for the title.
Mm,
Keep in mind he cashed in on them.
true, but
They never.
I feel like he got his comeuppance on Damien. So, I mean, and I feel like if we're going to do Orton versus McIntyre, I feel like that would be more towards WrestleMania than. I feel like that would be a better WrestleMania match than Sami Zayn and McIntyre.
I get it. I just think that Sammy win Sammy winning the Rumble in Saudi. That's going to be the ending.
I. Well, I mean, we'll get to the Royal Rumble matches for sure.
We'll get there, but whoever it is, it's gonna be Damien. So shit, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. Whoever the fuck it is, you agree on that.
We agree that McIntyre will win.
Yes.
Okay. Whoever Drew McIntyre wrestles, Sami Zayn, um, Drew McIntyre
Rick
will defeat him.
Williams.
Alright, now we have the Dirty Women Royal Rumble match. Winner will receive a world title or WWE title match at WrestleMania 42. The women already announced for this match are Liv Morgan, but let me start from the beginning. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Bailey, Lyra Valkyria, Asuka, Chelsea Green, Jordan Grace, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Last Legend, and Gulia. Do you think that the name has already been announced that will win the Royal Rumble, or do you think it's going to be somebody else?
Oh, I, if I had to bet money, I would bet a Liv.
That's a good person to put bet on, I would say.
Um, won't be won't be Charlotte. Charlotte got it last year.
That's right. It's weird that Charlotte won the Royal Rumble last year.
Rhea did it 2 years ago. Oh no, Rhea did it 39. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bailey did it 40.
Mm-hmm.
So hmm, I could see it Asuka coming back
Hmm.
if she hasn't been announced yet. I could
Asuka
see
was
a
announced
Bianca. I could see a Bianca coming back.
if she's healthy.
Setting up Jade. Um,
Oh, I could see Tiffany Stratton maybe making a return, and winning the Royal Rumble. She has yet to win the Royal Rumble. Um, and getting her cup up against Jade, that's a possibility.
and they would have gave her the rematch.
I feel like they're not going to. She's going to have to earn the rematch.
Mm.
Loki, I could see Asuka winning, but I think Asuka's kind of pigeonholed in the tag team division right now, so that won't maybe make sense for her.
I mean, I'm trying to think of who else.
Well, let's see who our champions are. The person that they're going to have to wrestle is either Stephanie McCoy or Jade Cargill. Who do you see wrestling Cargill or Stephanie.
Well, it seems like they're pushing Raquel for Stephanie.
But I could also see that being a blow off before WrestleMania happens.
Um, yeah, that could be the case. I'm just, yeah. I think the winner would be the Cargill. We'll be going after Cargill, which to me, I mean, if it's Liv, she's going after Victor because it's a Judgment Day storyline. If they're going for Jade, it's going to have to be Bianca.
Well, let me say
Because
things
I
that.
don't see anybody else.
Well, let me say something that I think is going to happen in the Royal Rumble rather than, winners. I think that Sol Ruka is going to be the Arn woman and have the longest time in the Royal Rumble.
Really?
Yes, I do. Uh, I think it would be a nice little comeuppance for Jordan Grace to have the Kane spot and have the most eliminations um of the show. Um
There's a chick named Nia Jax who's objecting heavy to that.
but wouldn't it be like a big flex if like Jordan could actually pick Nia up and draw her out?
Yeah.
And I think uh I think we're going to see Becky Lynch in the Rumble, and we're gonna see AJ Lee come in.
Bailey in the Rumble.
Huh?
Yeah, she's going to be in the Rumble.
Yeah, and I think AJ Lee is going to come in as well and cost Becky Lynch the Royal Rumble as well, setting up their match for WrestleMania. So those are things that I think are going to happen. Um, when it comes to who's going to win, I have no fucking idea. Um, I think Liv is the most logical choice, all things considering that she's been always the bridesmaid and never the bride since 2018. Like, legitimately. Like, she has had a case to win every Royal Rumble since then. And she hasn't. And low-key, I think, Liv versus Stephanie would be a banger, if I'm being honest. I think that would be really nice. Um, Low-key, I would love Oscar to win, and Oscar versus Stephanie would just be, like, amazing. But I think Oscar is going to go for the tag team championships at WrestleMania, so I don't think we're going to see her win. Um, Bianca, I would say I don't think Bianca is going to win because first and foremost, Charlotte won last year, becoming the first person to win the Women's Royal Rumble twice. They're not going to do that two years in a row. I don't think so. Uh, but I would say Tiffany Stratton. We haven't seen her for quite some time. Why not, her coming back is, a big day return. You know, might as well do it big.
But are they clamoring for Tiffany? And that is the question.
Well, who would you say the people are clamoring for right now?
Liv, Liv and Bianca, or maybe to me, Liv, Bianca, Asuka. For some odd reason, those three names are like literally the top of my brain.
So you're going with Liv, Bianca, and Asuka. Those are your three picks.
Yeah.
Going with Liv, Tiffany, and fuck, I cannot come up with a third name. Yeah, I cannot. I cannot think of a third name. Loki, I want to say Sol Ruka, honestly, just because NXT call up, first match on the proper main roster, and she wins the Royal Rumble. That would be a big thing. But I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe I'll come back to. Maybe we'll come back to this. But for my dark horse pick, I'm gonna say Sol Ruka for right now. All right.
A name just hit me that I didn't even think of. Maybe it's a big ass stretch, but Nikki Bella.
Fuck no.
I'm telling you.
They will riot if Nikki Bella is the winner of the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
No, it cannot be Nikki Bella. All right. The men's 30-man Royal Rumble for an opportunity at the WWE or World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 42. The men's already announced: Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Penta, Roman Reigns, and Solo Sikoa. Who wins, Kaliko?
Mm. Oh man, my three: Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar to win.
I'm just picking three: Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Who the fuck else? Sami Zayn. There you go.
What made you come up with those names?
Roman has been out of this title picture for 2 years too long. He's due. And the while they say that he doesn't need to, he could just say he wants a title shot and it happens. I think it would make the most sense in which he wins the Royal Rumble and gets to pick who. Brock, because it's Brock. I mean, I expect Brock to be in this Rumble. And anytime Brock is in it, he's got like a 99% chance of winning.
True.
And like I said with Sami Zayn, it's one of those things where it's like, if he is getting this moment, why not in Saudi Arabia?
Okay.
Ultimate feel good story.
So, my first pick is going to be L.A. Knight. Yeah.
That's Christ help us.
I mean, it might be hopeless, but I'm still holding out hope. Um, I think if it was Seth Rollins was still champion, there would have been a greater likelihood of this happening. Um,
Yes.
and I think that he was on the cusp of doing it, but I'm I don't know now because obviously CM Punk is the champion. That
Yeah, I
could,
would have thought CM Punk. If Seth Rollins was still champion, CM Punk would have run around.
but no, not. The promos would be good. I would say, CM Punk versus LA Knight. And they kind of already, you know, set up that they don't
Traded
like,
barbs.
huh?
Yeah, they traded barbs.
Yeah, they kind of already set up that they don't like each other. So it would make sense. You could always do Drew McIntyre and LA Knight, and that would be interesting, I would say. If you want a proper heel versus proper, face. I would say Gunther is due a, um, a win as well. I would think that it would be crazy that he would lose, to AJ Styles and then lose the Royal Rumble as well. Um, but I mean, then you would be running back SummerSlam, Gunther and CM Punk. Would you really want to do that? You know what I mean?
Right. Why would you pull that trigger?
Um, and if I never saw I never saw Sami Zayn in the conversation. Um, but they've been building Oberfemi for the last couple of weeks on TV. Why not have, the biggest debut that you could possibly have? Win the Royal Rumble, go to WrestleMania, beat either CM Punk and beat CM Punk or Drew McIntyre, and you immediately have an over champion because he ran the gauntlet his first week in the year.
Oh Lord. I mean, that would be okay. That'd be bad. But that ain't happening.
Well, we'll see. So I'm going with the surprise LA Knight, yeah. The most logical choice, Gunther. Um, and the dark horse Obafemi.
There you go.
All right. Well, we shall see. Um,
And watch, we're all wrong, and it's fucking Solo Sokoa or some shit.
well, we were last year. We were dead wrong. Nobody had Jey Uso on their
No one
bingo
had
card.
Jey Uso on that bingo card.
Yeah,
We
but
all fucked up.
but keep in mind this was a bingo card with guys like John Cena, CM Punk, Roman Reigns,
Roman Reigns,
yeah,
Drew McIntyre, um, who
AJ
else? Seth
Styles,
Rollins, AJ Styles.
like the most loaded fucking bingo card you could ever have.
And it was I-38. Anyway, like,
Yeah, but at least we both got Charlotte. We thought it was going to be Charlotte. It was Charlotte. So there was that.
yay. Yay? Question mark? Yay.
We were 50% right.
I guess 50-50. We were
Zach.
the Zack Sabre Jr. of Royal Rumbles.
I don't get better than 50-50. All right.
Heck yeah.
No, it'll conclude our coverage of Royal Rumble. In this episode as a whole. Maybe we'll just have a full review next week. Um, who knows? Um, we shall see. Until then, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, there's a sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Jana, this Tuesday as we interview Motivation Mike. This Wednesday as we interview Hobo Bugs, Moran, and every Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews. Follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on Extra and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Where can we find Kaliko?
And Palico in a local hotel near you when I have to move out eventually.
For Kaliko Yachts and Screw Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
I'm dead ass serious. I am a hotel hobo in this bitch. I got like one more week and they gotta kick us out. Ain't that some shit? Like food.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.